You're up. Coach, congratulations, heading for the championship game. Can you give us your thoughts about this game, and then we'll open it up for members of the media to ask questions. Go ahead with your opening statement.
Well, thank you. We're obviously pleased to play another day and to be able to be in the championship game tomorrow night. So our kids played, I thought, extremely well tonight. Effort-wise, our defense, our rebounding, sometimes offensive execution wasn't maybe quite as sharp as we'd like it to be, but a lot of that had to do with Memorial's defense. That was one of the better defensive teams we played against this year, not only scheme-wise, but their length and their athleticism and how hard they play. So some of our offensive struggles probably were due to what they were doing, so you have to give your opponent credit. But I know we like to play probably a little faster and a little bit more offensively and score a few more points. But I was pleased that we were able to win a grinder type of game tonight against a team that kind of likes to play that way. So I give our guys, these three guys and their teammates, a ton of credit on just persevering and grinding that thing out tonight and finding a way to win. We got stops. We knew they were an extremely gifted athletically and going after offensive glass, and I thought we did a great job of blocking out and limiting them to one shot. And then we had just enough guys step up and make shots and plays. So great team effort tonight, great team win for our guys. We're going to try to rest quickly and be at our best tomorrow night.
Thanks, Coach Anderson. Questions for Coach Anderson and the team? Go ahead.
Scott, you talked a little bit about guys stepping up, and I think it was a 2-point game in the last and a half or so, and one of your guys really stepped up and hit a three. What did you see in that play? Was that just a kick out to him, or was that a play that you had called? Or?
Yeah, that was just our motion offense, and I believe the shot you're referring to was Andrew Erdman's big three, and Andrew hit some big shots last weekend in the Oshkosh North game in the first half, and he's done that at different times throughout the year. And tonight he was pretty silent offensively, but I thought he did a great job defensively and the rebounding and some of those roll things. And you never know when your number's going to be called. His number was called on that possession, and he stepped into it with confidence and knocked it down. I'm very proud of Andrew with that shot. That was a huge play. To get that little 5-point distance there. I believe you're right. I think we were up 2 at that time. And that was, I've said it many times, these guys up here are probably, everybody knows about Joey and Drew and Beau and our 3 leading scorers, but to do the kind of things that we want to do and get to a state championship game, it's not 3-on-3 or 1-on-1 or 2-on-2, it's 5-on-5. And Andrew made a huge play.
Drew, you want to talk about stepping the free throw line there, trying to seal the game, and what it was like for you stepping up the free throw line?
I tried to go up there thinking it was just like any other free throw. Joey came over to me telling me, make the first one, make sure you make the first one, get this to a 2-possession game. So I went up there just like practice every day, and with confidence went to knock those down.
Joey, what was it like battling Chris Knight in there all night?
It was really physical game. They kind of have that high-low. They got to do a lot. So just trying to fight, get position, not let them, let them throw over the top and him get an easy bucket. So, but I think everybody really helped me around me. And when he was missing shots, I was boxing him out. Other guys were getting rebounds. So we rebounded really well, and that was kind of one of the points that we were kind of really focused on before the game. So. It was just kind of a grinded out win, and Chris Knight, he's a great player, but just a really good win.
Yeah.
Beau, you want to talk about being a senior and get a chance to end your career tomorrow playing for a state title?
It's always been a dream of mine. I've always wanted to come to the Cold Center, and I've had the pleasure to go 3 times now. and it's just a dream come true, and I'm hoping to end my senior year with a victory.
Back here to the right.
Guys, can you talk a little bit about how comfortable or uncomfortable you guys were playing in that pace of play?
It was a little different for us because offensively we like to get in and run with it, and defensively we kind of struggled all year, but we've stepped up these last couple of games. So, defensively we were fine with playing the slow kind of ball that they like to play. So it was just a grind out win, like I said before. And defensively, I think we stepped up big time defensively, and that kind of got us the victory.
Scott, were you referring to us being here before these guys? I didn't quite hear your question. The pace of the game.
Going back here, guys, on the left.
Congratulations, guys. Scott, two-part question. One, did they do anything that surprised you? And then for all of you, watching you play last year and then watching tonight, it appears that you have the ability to play within yourself, that you don't get frustrated, you don't get excited, you don't lose your poise. Is that something that you work on from the neck up, and is that something you talk about, Scott?
Yeah, those are things that are, I guess we call them staples of our program, just the poise, trying to be a smart player, make the easy pass, try to do things to make your teammate look good, try to do things that help your teammate get open. I see we only had 7 turnovers tonight, so I know the pace of play was slow, but we still took pretty good care of the basketball. That is, this is basketball, and we love that we're playing the state championship game, and we love that we've had a lot of success, but these guys there's other lessons to learn, right? And we try to make sure that those lessons are part of our program, and I guess I'm thankful that you see some of that stuff in our guys.
Got one in the back, guys.
Scott, considering obviously where you guys were the last 2 years, but also all the changes and what you had to go through this year between Joey being hurt and coming back and figuring it out from there, would you consider this, do you think your guys grew up at all tonight? Is this kind of a big step for this group to win on this stage in that way?
Yeah, I don't know how big a step it was, but it was another step for this team, no doubt. It wasn't the easiest ride that I've been on in my coaching career, obviously, but it's sure been a lot of fun watching this team develop. You mentioned that we didn't have Joey for 45 practices and 11 games, and our other guys really gutted it out through that time and found a way to play that made us successful, and we won some really big games at that time. And then when we got them back, it was then it was learning curve time. Then we had a bunch of games. We had a couple snowouts earlier in the year, so then we had a bunch of games without much practice time, and we dropped them in there, and all of a sudden we're supposed to know how to play together again, right? So it took us some time. It took Joey a little time to get his legs and conditioning back. It took us some time to get our timing and rhythm. We're a motion offensive team, so we just don't say, hey, go to spot to spot to spot. We have to learn to read and cut and work together, and all that stuff was a work in progress for a while. And I thought the last couple of weeks you could really see it coming. Boy, Saturday, if you would have saw us against Oshkosh North, these guys played great basketball and were outstanding. And then you saw some of it tonight. And whoever wins this game being played right now, you're going to have to see more of it tomorrow night if we're going to be successful. So, yeah, it's been a great year. I've been extremely proud of these 3 guys, because these are our 3 captains and their teammates and what they've been able to accomplish. Because we haven't talked about. You can ask them. We haven't talked about 3 in a row. It's been all about them and this year and this season. And they had a bullseye on their back. We've been here a couple of times and won a couple, so that pressure too for them to kind of overcome that part of it and have a successful year as they have had. It's been very fulfilling for our coaching staff.
Thank you, coach and guys. That's all the time we have. Appreciate you coming in, and we'll see you tomorrow.